Hello there, wrestling fans. Welcome to episode 91 of the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. I am your host, Joe the Panther the Third. And now introducing to the mic from top of Metal Mountain all the way down to all 50 states in all the countries. Turn on that satellite, fans. It's the happy heel himself, the Metal Geek.
What's going on, Ringside crew? What's going on, internationally known? What's going on, everybody? What's going on, Joe?
Not too much, fans. Not too much. We have to delay the end of British Wrestler Week because Shorty is a little busy tonight. So we're going to have her on Sunday. But today, fans, we have a rising star out of the independent wrestling scene. Let's give a warm Dudes at Ringside welcome to Sammy. What's that, geek?
Pandora.
Hi, guys.
What's going on?
Welcome.
What are you doing tonight?
How's it going?
Oh, it's going
We're
fantastic.
good, and thank you for coming on the podcast. It's an honor to have another fun independent wrestler because we love. It's like I feel like the Bray Wyatt of our podcast. I like to get on my milk crate like I always am at Kifu, put my hands in there and say, "We need to help the independent scene because it's having trouble these days. Gotta help it out." That's what we like to do here. If our fans are not familiar with you, Sammy, introduce yourself.
Well, hi, guys. I'm Sammy Pandora. I'm originally from the Pennsylvania area. You know, I started out in more of the Scranton area. I trained at Backbreakers Training Center. I believe you guys had said Adina had been on here a couple weeks ago. She and me came from the same school, and I have traveled up and down the East Coast here, and I've now made my home base down here in Florida. And I recently just had a baby, so I haven't wrestled in just about over a year, but currently training to get back into the ring soon.
Mm.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So, who trained you when you first got into the wrestling business? Or who's training you again?
Yeah, his name is Justin Glory. He owns Backbreakers Training Center. I believe it was in Scranton at the time. I think they might have moved, though. I'm not 100% sure where it's at now, but it's still around that area, and they still run. So if anyone's ever looking to train, that's a great place to start. After I had been there for, I think, about a year and a half, started getting my feet out into the world, I started learning from more great trainers. Tommy Swade, who is big in the area, John Trotsky, another name up there, and that's more of who my trainers are. My husband, Keikoa, once we started seeing each other, he would also train me here and there as well, so I got a little mixture going on.
Awesome.
What was your first match like in front of a crowd? Were you nervous?
Off. It was awful. I couldn't even get past the curtain. I was so nervous. By the time I even got up the steps, I was already done. I had no energy. I remember even before they played my music, I was sitting on the couch backstage, just like about to have like an anxiety attack, I think. I think the match actually went okay itself, but in my mind, I was just so like amped and just there was so much going on. I was like so fearful. I think my family was there too, so there was just like a lot going on. And again, I was walking up the ramp, though the steps to the ring, and I was already like blown up. I was exhausted.
Yeah, it's always something like when you're new in the business, like you were at that moment, you have that certain feeling in your stomach, and you're like, oh my God, am I gonna fail? Am I gonna fail? Am I gonna fail? But once you hear that crowd and you hear your name being called over the PA, you know, oh gosh, this is my chance to make it.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you pin that person, you hit your finisher, you kind of know, okay, I did this, but you still like, did I make my point? Did the crowd know I meant business? You know what I mean? Like they some people react differently. Some crowds react differently to different moves and stuff like that. Like the Pennsylvania crowd would react to a certain move. The New York crowd would react to like certain moves and stuff like that. But
different areas react to different things. I've always found like Pennsylvania, you're kind of getting a mix of reactions. It depends on the area you go to. I've always felt the southern area, like South or North Carolina, I would always call them like they're the crowd that want to see like just some fun, like not gaga stuff, but they're very easy to please. I would say you could hit something super easy and they would absolutely love it. Compared to maybe some crowds in Pennsylvania, you could hit a power bomb and they wouldn't care. But that's not all the crowds. I'm not gonna say that's all the crowds. There's just certain areas you just basically got to kill yourself to get a reaction.
How'd you come up with the gimmick, the unbreakable box?
That kind of just came as process. When I first started, there was a few names thrown my way. I didn't know what I was going to be called. I knew I was going to probably keep my first name either way, but there were some names being thrown at me. Someone I think said Sammy Sky, which at the time I was like, well, no, there's Velvet Sky. I don't want my name to really collate too much with anyone else's name. Like if they search me, I want them to find me, not somebody else. So the Pandora one came. I love the mythology, Greek mythology, and I knew of Pandora's box. So that's kind of where it formulated slowly, and I had like so many ideas I wanted to go with coming from that. But that is where my gimmick name, at least, had come from. It's just the Greek mythology, Pandora's box. Even my finisher, it was the flatliner to the Koji clutch, which we would call the Pandora's box.
Awesome. Do you have any stories from the ring?
From the ring, oh gosh, I probably have so many. I know we had talked before about my time with Mickie James, who I would always say like that was always my favorite match to have. I want to say, what was it, 2016 when I had this match? I think it was 2016. This is when I was still relatively new. I hadn't really faced too many, I guess you could say, veterans at that time. So knowing I was about to get into the ring with her, who at that time, she'd probably been wrestling well over a decade already. And she had already hit the top of WWE. I believe she had already basically did everything she could in TNA as well. So just being able to get into the ring with her, I was beyond nervous. Even getting to the show was a lot to handle. Only to get there and realize like she is the sweetest person you'll ever meet, talk to. When we were going over stuff, she was sweet. She was just easy, I guess I would say. Like it was my favorite match just because I didn't have to worry. Like sometimes I get in the ring, I'm worried, I'm working myself up, and like when I was in there with her, she has this aura of her that she's going to take care of you and you don't have to worry. It's a very safe environment with her. So that match was the best I would say I had of that time, was just because it was all her. She just made me feel like so safe in the ring. I didn't have to worry about a thing. And even afterwards, like just talking to her, she was so sweet and just offered so many kind words. Like it's very rare to find someone like that in the business, and it's crazy to me. Like at that point, she had already been a veteran for so long, and she had reached the top. She didn't have to be nice, I guess I could say, but that's just who she is.
Yeah. Oh, have you ever done any developmental work with WWE or AEW?
Oh, hey, Harley.
Oh, Harley's in there?
Yeah.
I don't know if we can I see anything? Oh, there she is. Hi, Harley. We were just talking about you before.
Her ears must have been ringing.
Oh, yeah. Our number one fan and a very close friend, I would say. Not even a fan. She's a close friend. She's like family. I'm so glad she's watching.
She's a big supporter. Ever since we had her buddy Steele on here, she's just been... I haven't seen her every episode, but like I know she's keeping her, telling her friends, "Hang out, Joe Metal Geek, go check him out." If I ever get a T-shirt, Harley, I'll drop you. I'll definitely send you one or a sticker, because
if they're ever made, right?
Yeah, if we ever get shirts and we get a store, I'll send you the link to the store because I know she'd support us, and I know whenever we get more stickers, I'll definitely drop you one. And Sammy, we'll have to send you a sticker when we get more.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, wear it out or something. I do like I have a little sticker book actually because like there's a lot of pro wrestlers who have stickers and stuff like that. What else do they have? Like pins, like everything. Like I think on my gear bag I have little stickers, photos, because like a lot of times backstage, wrestlers will just give each other our
I love stickers.
It's a collection right there.
And it's
Ghostbusters.
We're a big, huge Ghostbusters family here.
I
we're
am
planning on doing that for Halloween, like having.
I'm a founder of a franchise, Ghostbusters of Pike County, Pennsylvania.
I love that.
That's me. I'm a franchisee. Actually, I got a sticker from a girl from Boston. That is Jessie Nolan. That's Jessie Nolan, the Spitfire. Did you ever hear of her?
It's good movies. It's a good movie. So I mean,
Jessie Nolan, the Spitfire. She's a.
So are you excited then for the movie that's about to come out?
Yeah. Oh, the Afterlife. Oh, I am so happy for that movie. Geek's gonna be like, Joe, this is not Ghost Head talk. Ghostbusters Afterlife is going to be the movie that I sit in the movie theater crying like a little bitch. And Geek's gonna be like, just at me like this. Are you crying, Joe? No.
It's okay to cry.
Danielle, do you have a tissue in your purse?
How long have you been waiting? A long time.
Oh, I'm 38 years old, Sammy. I've been waiting 27 years for this movie. Just been waiting. Like the skeleton on the couch, the meme, waiting, still waiting. That was me.
Did you like the female cast? I'll be honest, I did. I got a lot of good laughs out of that.
I
didn't expect to like it, but I liked it.
I in my town where I live, in parts unknown, Pennsylvania, I got so much fever, Sammy, that I had to put on in my brain a bulletproof proton flight suit with a bulletproof vest over it, with the helmet, with the no ghosts on the sides of it, with the shield, with a proton like bat thing, because people were coming at me with these bumblebee stupid words. I had to curse people out, and then I go to Comic-Con with my flight suit and my proton pack. We're leaving Comic-Con. We're walking back to the train, and I said to my friend, I want to walk. He's like, you don't want to take the train? We walked past Paul Feig, the director of the Girls movie, and he was afraid to stop to talk to us. He did. If you follow me on my regular Instagram page, you see it on my story. Today's his birthday. I take a picture with him, and then me and my friends give him a sticker, and he poses with it, and then he goes, here, take it back. And we're like, no, that's for you. And he goes like this, really? Oh, well, thank you. I didn't think you were going to give me this. That was the coolest thing ever. I met Paul Feig.
Which is nice.
What was that?
He sounds very down to earth, which is nice.
Yeah, he thought we were going to be mean to him.
Why would he think that?
Oh, wait, your friend, Miss Harley is talking.
Oh, my goodness. Yep. I do miss wrestling. My last match was March of 2020, and that match right afterwards, like the day after or 2 days after, is when I found out I was pregnant. And not only that, that's when the pandemic hit. Like, I mean, it was already going on, but this is when it hit. Like, this is when things got shut down. I was then sent home to work from home because I was working in the healthcare system. It was a rough year, and I mean, not that it's gotten really much any better, but yeah, I do definitely miss wrestling. I miss wrestling in Pennsylvania. That's where I know everyone. That's where I'm from. I have not gotten to wrestle down here yet, but again, like I'm training right now to get back into the ring because I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to hurt anybody. I want to make sure that coming back from being pregnant, I want to make sure that I am 100% ready, not 50%. I don't want to rush anything because rushing could lead to injuries again, or just not being mentally ready myself. So I want to make sure, like, when I'm ready, that I am 100% ready to come back. But yes, I do miss wrestling, and Harley, I can't wait to see you again. I'm sure it'll be soon.
It'd be funny, like when Geek finally gets the guts to come to Pennsylvania, and we announce that he's coming to a show, whatever show we go to. Harley's gonna be like, "Is it near us? Is it near us?" Yes, and if and when Geek comes to Pennsylvania, Harley, we will let you know, and we will do a show, and we will definitely have you hanging out.
Joe, I have a question for you to cut you
What?
off now. What's stopping you from going to a show in Pennsylvania?
I have no friends here. I
have no friends in Long Island, so
I have no real friends, and I don't drive because I'm scared of everything under the sun. I don't have any lights on my street. There's no lights. There's no lights up on the mountain where I live in the middle of Pennsylvania.
There's Uber.
There you go. There's an Uber.
There's no Uber. I mean, there's no Uber. Uber will get lost. It'll be like a Vinny toy and broken. So, out of all the places you've wrestled so far, where would you say would be your favorite place in Pennsylvania that you've wrestled, or you haven't wrestled in Florida yet? So,
in Pennsylvania, we were at least once or twice a month at a place called Hazleton, Pennsylvania, and that is where PPW is, another company called Sanctuary, and that's kind of like the two companies we would hit every month, or when we could hit them, and that was always my favorite. Just the crowd was just so nice, and they were always so reactive. It was like so welcoming, even to hit the curtain and come out, and just to see all them every single month. Like, their energy it's just hard to describe. Like, it would just, like, when I walk, no matter, I do have some like anxiety and stuff. So when I come out, when I have to go and wrestle, like, there's always that big thing I have to get over, that big wall I have to get over every time. But when I would hit the curtain in Hazleton and I would just see this warm reaction, it would just, like, everything would just wash away. Like, it's hard to describe. That crowd is pretty special, and I loved wrestling there.
Yeah, it's always that. As I went to a few shows where I lived in Pike County, there's that one show I went to as like an old skating rink. The crowd was electric. Then the next show I went to at the high school near me, the crowd was, certain moves they'd pop, the other moves it's just like, if there was cell phones yet, big time with cell phones, they'll all be like, "Ha."
But I think I know what you mean by the skating rink, because I think we hit a company a few times that was at a skating rink. I just can't remember the town it was in, but it was always at a skating rink that they would have a show like every month. Maybe it was ECPW, but I can't remember. When I went to Pennsylvania.
All these sound effects. Is that you?
I will be up there in October. I do have a wedding to come to, so I will be back in Pennsylvania soon. I can't wait to see all, like, friends and family again. Wrestling wise, I don't know yet. Won't know really till I'm definitely ready and I put myself out there. But if I had to take a stab, I probably will be ready more towards the end of this year to step back into the ring again.
Definitely when you get your first. Go.
Have you done any developmental work with WWE or AEW or?
I've done extra work for WWE a lot, at least once or twice a year since starting. I would go up there for some extra work. No tryouts, that kind of work. I did help TNA a few times, did some backstage stuff with them. Not AEW though. When did AEW kind of debut in, like, was it 2018?
I think it was 2 years ago. What's 3 years ago, Joe?
2019?
Yeah, I think so.
I think it was like 3 years. I think it was 3 years.
So my whole 2020 was out from being pregnant, but nothing with AEW yet. Hopefully, you never know. I do applaud them for always bringing up talent, like, not so much known talent. Like, I'll see some of my friends just kind of pop up there from time to time on AEW Dark, So I do applaud them for always shining the light on newer talent that's up and coming. It's nice to see, and they'll do a couple hour show, even if it's on YouTube or whatever. It's showing the people a worldwide audience of who these people are.
Exactly. So they're doing it on a way bigger scale, which is absolutely awesome.
It is, and it doesn't matter what anyone thinks just because it's on. I think it's only on YouTube, isn't it?
Yeah, Dark is on YouTube. Yeah.
Doesn't matter. They are followed by millions. I believe millions of people.
Millions of people. Yeah.
Millions of people, and millions of people are seeing some of this unsigned talent that they weren't seeing before. So that's fantastic. They don't have to show this talent. They don't. They can get anybody they want because they're a worldwide company, but they do, and that's fantastic. I think.
That's why I applaud. That's why I have nothing but respect for them, because they're helping these guys.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's crazy to see some of them come. Me and Nyla Rose started in a small flea market place, Triple WA. Me and her used to work all the time together, and I'm just so happy to see what she's doing for everyone. Like, she's such an inspiration. I'm so glad she's there. Sunny Kiss.
Mm-hmm.
Love to see everyone just. It's so awesome to see your friends like doing so well. Like, these are people who I traveled with, who I was at shows with, who some of them I even got to wrestle with or against, and it's fantastic to see them doing well, because I know they have so much talent, and I'm glad the world gets to see it now.
Harley, don't forget to share this show on Facebook, and anywhere else.
And
share.
Twitter.
She's the younger generation. That's the magic word.
You have to get a shirt that says that. Share.
There's a video that I don't realize that when I put it. I mean, like, I like to show every once in a while. I'll post it on Instagram. It's like almost like a music video with all our different logos, and I'll put like a different song. You know that '90s song "Shy Guy"? Follow me. I'm not gonna play it on the show because I'll get caught with a copyright.
Copyrighted.
Yeah, and it really says it. Oh, yeah, it's a question from Harley.
Who would it be if you had a match against anyone? Who would it be? I would like to face Mickie James again, just for the fact that I faced her early on in my career when I was still learning, and I feel like since then I have improved. I would hope a lot more. So I would absolutely love to face Mickie again. Trying to think of any. There's tons of women talent. There's Sawyer Reck, who's a friend I made down here, is fantastic. I would love to face her in the ring. Adina, we came from the same school. I think we were the only two females to come out of the school. I think I as far as I know, we were the only two females to come out of Backbreakers. So just to be able to step in there with like a fellow classmate, I would love to see that. Both from Pennsylvania. Like, how great would that be?
Exactly.
This makes me smile so much, Sammy, to get more people from the state I live in as professional wrestlers to come on our podcast. We want to try to expand further in New York and in Pennsylvania.
Because that's where we're from.
It's funny. Yours not even Florida. Geek's currently in Florida on vacay. So if Geek has his stickers, you could somehow meet down the middle, and he can give you.
I don't have my stickers on me right now. So.
Geeky, how do you not have stickers?
I wasn't going to any shows, so I mean, if I was going to shows, I would have brought them. But
Geeku. You're fired, Geek. You're supposed to be
okay. Next time.
November.
November, I'll be down here again. So.
Oh well, okay. There we go. I should be back here.
Yeah. All right, but what's your opinion on intergender wrestling?
I always, for intergender wrestling, I always felt like if it's done correctly, it's fantastic. Coming up as one of the only females in my area at the time, that's all I could do. Most of my matches were all intergender matches. I love intergender wrestling, but as I said, like, I feel like if it's done correctly, it's fantastic. There's still always that level of believability mm-hmm. that you should always kind of hang on to. If you're watching a match and even you're like, I don't know about that. Maybe it wasn't the correct way. But again, I love intergender wrestling. I always have, just from having to again wrestle intergender most of my career in the beginning. Um, I know sometimes it gets some negative reviews, which is it's common. I always feel like it's just another area of wrestling that maybe some people like, some people don't, and that's okay. We all have our flavors of ice cream, I guess we can say. But like I said, I've always enjoyed it, and when it is done correctly, it could be amazing.
In
Right?
yeah,
Yeah.
in the beginning, I used to hate it, but towards like I start to watch more and more of it, and I'm like, there's actually a story towards this,
Mhm.
and I'm like, they're trying to tell a story, and I actually now that's like some of my favorite wrestling now is intergender wrestling because of the different stuff that they could stories that they could tell. Like this guy is bigger than this girl. She could hit him with a Hurricane Rana or something like that's unbelievable.
Something like that. Yeah, it's always about story also. I mean, I know I loved it even before I was wrestling because one of my inspirations growing up was, of course, Lita. And
Mhm.
she was probably one of the first. Well, I don't want to say the first, but she was the more well-known women back in the day that was just going up against men, putting herself in these situations and overcoming them. And I know that was my first like big inspiration, that like she looked different from all the girls, but she was also going up in there and beating up the guys. Like and that was awesome. And her in China, like it was that era, like was the era that made me want to be a wrestler.
We have one
That was
question.
really sweet what Harley wrote in the chat. You have to highlight that.
Oh, I missed it. Oh yeah, I mean, it would shock me if Kaylee didn't become a wrestler. I mean, she is going to be around it between me and then Keikoa and then all of our friends and everybody. It would shock me if she doesn't become one. If she didn't want to, of course, it's support her anyway. But again, it would shock me if she doesn't. And thank you so much, my daughter, the like the what apple of my eye or whatever they say, like just like the best thing uh, ever to happen to me, I would say. Just so try not to get like choked up when I talk about her because
Aw.
she's just everything, yeah, to me. And like, especially with all the bad in the world that sometimes happens, I just have to look at her and it just just brightens my day. So yeah, whatever she wants to do growing up, of course, it's easy to say that too, because I'm sure in wrestling we've all been there where maybe we didn't get the best support that we should have. Maybe people didn't believe in us that we should have. So we all understand what it's like not to have the people that we care about like back us up. So now it's easy for us, I would say, to be that that supportive because we know what it's like not to have that support.
So, you were saying that you want to possibly fight Mickey James again.
Mhm.
Is there any other like wrestlers on the independent scene or like scenes like Impact or AEW that you really like you would want to go wrestle against when you come back to the ring?
A good old friend of mine, who is also coming back, is Amber Rodriguez. She is someone who I would love to step into the ring with again. She's also someone she had a baby a few years ago, stepped away for a little bit, and she is just making her comeback. She's actually making her, I think, return match to MCW tonight as well. I used to wrestle her all the time. It's just crazy to think that like one of our last matches, we neither of us knew like, hey, maybe the next time we see each other, we are both gonna be moms. So I would absolutely love to see and wrestle her again. Nyla, I would love to wrestle again. I think the last time we wrestled was in PBW, like just slightly before she got signed. Oh my God, there's so many like talented women out there that it's so hard to even like pick any man. Like all the people at WWE, like why not? Like definitely Bailey. Like I have always loved Bailey's work. I would love to wrestle Bailey. Ember Moon. I've always like on the independent scene into NXT into WWE. I've always followed her work before Ember Moon. It was Athena, and I loved watching her. I'm trying to think of anyone. Impact, Deanna Perrazzo. I think we had a few we had one match. No, we didn't wrestle. I was kind of like her manager. I think it was at WXWC4. So I don't think we ever actually
know them. That's near my uncle's house. My uncle lives near Allentown.
We wrestled there a lot in the beginning years. So Deanna Perrazzo for sure. AEW again. Like I would love to see and face Nyla again. They have a lot of good upcoming women, and it's not like some of the women that are there, like they're not well known.
Hello,
that's my dog.
I love dogs here.
A lot of them they were women that were also on the independent scene, just started up, and I would love to wrestle them. It would just be a long list. Like there's so much talent out there right now. Not that there wasn't any before, but now like you have so many companies, and it's awesome.
It's like wrestling on every single day of the week right now.
Yeah,
it is because you have WWE on Mondays and Fridays, Tuesdays for NXT, and I think Wednesdays is that AEW?
Yep.
Have you ever heard of you're in Florida now? Have you ever heard of the is it GHL twins, the Go Hard?
Oh yeah, aren't they? They're at the WXW down here, aren't they? I believe.
Yeah.
The twins.
Laura and what is it? Geek Laura and one has blonde hair. The other one has black.
Lori, isn't it Lori?
Lori and Laura, the Go Hard twins. They're actually coming on our podcast the 30th of September. And he always gives me what's that?
I've definitely seen them around here on shows. Like, I only hear of a few shows around this area, and I think every single one I see they're on. So,
and they're super excited because when we first got them, I think I spoke to Laura. No, the one with the blonde hair, and she was like, "I'll come on your podcast only if my twin," because I was reading it really fast. I think I was about to fall asleep, and I read it. She's like, "Only I'll come on is if you let me come on with my twin or whatever she said." And I'm like, "What twin?" She's like, "I'm a twin," and I'm like, "Of course, you'll make history." And Geek always gets on my case whenever I say, "Dudes at ringside history." I always say that, but now he understands why I say that because
it's
certain
marketing.
episodes make history.
It's marketing, right?
It's marketing. They will be our very first set of real twins.
It's history for you guys, of course.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I guess it makes them feel excited too because they're going to be literally the first.
And also, if the numbers go the right way, they're number 99 on the Dudes at Ringside podcast history.
100.
Yes, they're twins, so it's two numbers, so it's 99. Set a twins, get it? Geek 99.
I get it.
Add the emoji, like the thinking emoji. You should have seen me doing the Mr. Burns as I said twins. Excellent, not in a creepy way, but excellent. Yes, this is gonna make history. Trying to think. Oh, Harley, another Harley. Harley said she was going to bed. She swerved us.
I mean, I wouldn't mind even going back to Pennsylvania. I would love to just be like the 50-50, to be honest. I wouldn't mind spending my summers and fall up in Pennsylvania and maybe and winters and springs down here. Because I still miss Pennsylvania. I love Pennsylvania. That's where I'm from. I especially love Pennsylvania in the fall. It's beautiful up there. I am a big Halloween person, so just seeing the fall, the leaves change, having that atmosphere of like seeing the leaves, the hay everywhere, the baking. There's tons of like side baking markets that you would just drive by, orchards. I just miss that so much. So I would love to come back up for like 6 months and spend 6 months down here, especially 6 months down here during winter, because winter down here is perfect. It's like the perfect temperature. Summer down here is a different story. Like I can't breathe half the time.
Harley's right. Pumpkin patches. There's plenty of. That's the one thing, Geek, you need to come up here for. We have so many fun places that they have haunted hay rides up here. It's insane.
Okay, all right.
It's one of the big things I miss, especially pumpkin patches and orchards. Just going to all these things and having fun with my family, and like that's why when my sister is getting married in October, that's why I'm coming up. I'm planning on staying 2 weeks just so I can make sure I get as much of the fall atmosphere as I can before coming back down here to the intense heat.
Like it's so cool as now you're in Florida, but as I said, to get so much the states like Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, the wrestlers to come on our podcast. But even though we stick to certain parts, like we try to get everybody that we can in all the different states. So it's like we're not sticking to one state, even though a lot of the wrestlers we talk to, we send them a message. Okay, they don't message, we delete, and then they message us back in bulk, and we're sleeping. We get all these messages back. It's so hilarious because when we got back I was just like, oh, ooh, okay.
Yeah, and it didn't help. So when your guys' messages went to my like request folder.
That's always what happens.
I don't really check it that often. And then just to happen to decide, like, you know what, I haven't checked these in a while. Maybe I should go through them just to check and see what's going on. And it's usually it's Instagram. So it's just tons of people being like, can you promote this? DM us for this. Do you want more followers? Click on this. And I see like the dudes at Ringside Podcast. And I believe it, the only reason I even like clicked on it was because Keiko had just told me he was talking to you guys. I believe as well. And I was like, oh, that sounds familiar. So that's why I even clicked on the message. I was like, I think that's a podcast he's going to be doing.
Yeah, that's us.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that worked out. So,
we never get. Sorry.
Oh, I say I really understand the request folder thing. It's the same.
Yeah, that's how we learned about We Are Wrestling. It's a promotion I guess they're like a WrestleMania. They do one show and they're trying to figure out more shows. Their thing was in our request box, and we very rarely get anything in the request box. Geek knows. Nothing.
Anything good, you mean?
Yeah.
And it's like what she said. It's you want more followers? Click here
or nasty stuff.
It's like we never get anything good in the request box, so it's like.
So it's like, why even check it? But then that's why I like it. Sometimes I'll have to jump in there to make sure like it's something important, because I think. Isn't the request folder just people you might not be friends with yet, and that's where the messages go? I guess.
I have no idea what it's for.
What the request folder is? I think there's one in Facebook too. Sometimes you have to check your messages.
Yeah. With the group, we have one for the group thing, the group chat. When we do the group chat, Joe.
Oh yeah.
There was a couple good people in there, and then some people like weirdos, and we're like, nope, no, thank you, bye.
Like Geek gets mad at me now. There's no rule. I'm not allowed to. Delete chats for a long time, and I save them. I won't delete them. I'll send them over to the Prime. There's like 3 different boxes. There's the main one, there's Prime, and then there's requests. So I stick the ones we're always talking to in the Prime, and then I'll bring them back over and leave them in the lane thing. So I don't know not to delete. So now we're gonna go into the fun questions. We know you have a time limit.
Yeah.
So, what is your favorite food?
Oh, good one. Talking about food, that's always fantastic. I'm a big burger person. So whenever we go anywhere traveling, if I'm looking at a restaurant, I want to know what good burgers they have. So that's my always go-to. Even when I was pregnant, I was still dieting, watching what I was eating, but burgers was my craving. Like I had to at least have a burger every now and then.
Yep. Of course, Harley, I always got to show the love. She's like, Joe, I need a show. Yes, always. Show that Pennsylvania love.
What are you guys? What's the food?
Should I go, Joe? Should I tell the story or no?
Oh, you tell her the story.
My favorite food, I love pasta and burgers, right? but not together.
Okay.
Stevie Ray thought when we had him on the show, was like, I said pasta and burgers to Stevie Ray, and he goes, pasta and burgers.
At the same time?
I was thinking together too.
when we say that to people, Sammy, we had Stevie Ray on our podcast. They're like, they were saying, okay, we had this guy, that guy, a lot of indie wrestlers. Then we mentioned the word Stevie Ray. It's just like you had Stevie Ray? And here we go. This is the story on the Stevie Ray appearance on Dudes at Ringside podcast. It happened in the weirdest possible way.
It's not a secret. It's not a secret at all.
I was doing we were doing a live like they do. People do lives on Instagram. So me and I was doing it by myself watching. And it said he always has random fans come in, and I push the request button. And I'm like, I'm never going to get on with this guy. He's a freaking WWE legend. The Hall of Famer. And I'm just pushed it. And all of a sudden, I hear him say something that didn't really catch my ear, Samantha. Tammy. He says, Ghostbusters. What's this? I didn't catch him say that because at that moment, I wasn't Joe Panther III yet. My Instagram is still related to Ghostbusters. It was Ghostbuster Joe. So I heard him. I didn't catch it. He says, Ghostbusters, what's this? And I pushed the freaking request button right after he says that, just to sit there and talk to him. And my screen goes black, and then it comes back up, and it goes half screen, and it buffs, and it goes. My face pops up, and his face is quick. Hey, what's going on? I'm like, hey, sir, how are you? We started talking. I started talking about my grandfather. I started showing him the picture of my grandfather and stuff like that. And I normally would have ran over here, unplugged everything.
We got a question from Haley.
Another question from Haley.
It was what was I craving the most during pregnancy? It was burgers, and it was Burger King burgers. There was something I really wanted to have, the Whopper. That was just my go-to. Like, I needed to have the Whopper. That sounds so strange, but I needed to have the Burger King burger. Or if they weren't available for whatever reason, because this was during obviously the pandemic where you had to have everything delivered, or you had to go pick it up, but it was you had to pick it up on a side thing because you weren't allowed to go in and see anybody. So I was if I can't get Burger King, I would find a local burger place that at least it looked good. So that's my only memory of cravings, because I really didn't have cravings during that. I'll be honest, this pregnancy was just pretty good. I didn't really get sick during any of it. I think one or two things really kind of made me a little nauseous, but not enough to make me remember it. But it was, the biggest one was just craving a burger, which could have been could have just been me for all I know. I just really wanted a burger. They're my favorite food. So it could have just been maybe I want the burger and blaming it on Kaylee.
Yeah, my favorite thing is I'm half Puerto Rican, so I like my rice and beans. I like my pernil. That's the pork thigh with the crunchy skin. In my house, it's either rice and beans, or my mom will make pasta, or whatever is on the menu. Because tonight we had pancakes with bacon and nice hot. I swear to gosh, I should have ran upstairs before the show and bring my coffee cup down here, like you see every podcast ever, middle of the show drinking something in a coffee cup. But yeah, I had breakfast for dinner, and it's something about pancakes for dinner makes it so much better. It's so weird.
For dinner that just makes you happy.
Yeah.
That's just
then you go to bed all happy. Yeah. Of course.
I love breakfast for dinner. Toast or bacon and stuff like that. I'm a big bacon person too, but
oh yeah, this bacon my mom got.
I don't like crispy bacon.
Yeah. Oh, that's okay. Turkey bacon's good. The other thing that is really good in Pennsylvania, you agree with me, but when you live here, the farmers markets.
Farmers markets, yeah.
Oh yeah, we have one on Sundays in Milford that it's they have cupcakes. They sell cupcake cookies, and then there's people that sell all the meat. We get their bacon, the smokiest smelling bacon you'll ever have. Smells so smoky.
That's what, like, another thing I wrote down. Like, I want to hit definitely a market, a farmer's market, or just the outdoor. Gosh, what are those outdoor yard sale type venue things? It's like the big one. I can't think of it. But where I'm from, like, it's the Dixon City area where we would visit a lot, and there was just a big, huge, just outdoor sale that you would always go to on like Saturdays and Sundays. So I'm looking forward to going back to those. Like, I would never buy anything half the time, but it was just like the memories of walking up and down and with my family and seeing it. So that's also on the to-do list.
Yeah. So you like burgers. What is your opinion on White Castle burgers?
I've only had them a few times. They are good. I will say that they are. I love the White Castle burgers, but I have probably only had them about 3 times. I think once it was actually wrestling. It was one of my first time really out, and I think we were in the Allentown area, and I want to say I was with my trainer, and he was the one who's like, "You never had like White Castle?" I was like, "No, I don't even think there's not that many from where I'm from." I think it was the closest one was Allentown. So we stopped, and I just remember being like, I see what it's about. It's pretty good. I've only had it maybe twice after that. And one of my favorite burger places to go to that's kind of like a chain is Red Robin. I love going to Red Robin, especially just
Red Robin is
really good.
Red Robin's the shit right there.
Is it unlimited French fries? Is it
Yes.
Red Robin?
Yeah, it is.
I miss Red Robin. They closed all the ones on Long Island, so I'm so upset about that right now.
Did they?
Yeah, yes, they did, dude. They
You just became a food podcast out of nowhere. See that, Sammy? We start talking about food. It goes from dudes at ringside, dudes at counterside.
I love
dudes at food truck.
Like,
Dudes, I said dudes at counterside. See that? Dudes and Sammy at counterside. New podcast.
Food all day. Like, I'm fine with that. That's what I do. Like, when I'm working and stuff, I'm on TikTok just watching people make food. Just watching
We have TikTok
food things. I just like watching it.
We have TikTok. I put your clip for this episode on TikTok.
Did you? I'm gonna have to find you because I have one
at ringside. I didn't know you had TikTok, so I would have tagged you in it. I
don't post as often. I'm trying to get more active on it, but I do post every now and then.
Yeah, we post a lot of the clips from the episode or like the promos. We like to post them on TikTok. We got a preview for you. We never got a promo from you. But I didn't ask. I was afraid to ask because I don't want to like ask the wrestlers too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why I think when I was here in promo, that's why I did like my little one I had done. I was like, I don't know how intense of a promo they want, so this is the one I did quick the other day of just me posting it. I was like, what kind of promo do they want?
Well, promo for us.
I should ask more about.
I'll send. I call it the script. Big geek laugh because. As I said, I'm a diehard Ghostbusters fan, and I permanently have Slimer following me around everywhere. I have a tattoo of Slimer on my thigh, so he's my spirit animal. He follows me everywhere now.
We have on our Christmas tree, if that helps. We have like little Ghostbuster ornaments.
I can't show you. I have to take a picture of my leg and send it to you later.
Put your leg up there. You can do it.
If I can, I want to fall down. I'm like you're a mom. You'll probably help me bandage me up. Let's see if I can get up. As Joe falls off his desk. Spin around, Joe. Spinny.
Yeah, that's awesome. How long did that tattoo take you?
This one took me like 2 hours, 3 hours maybe.
That's too long of a needle for me.
Yep. Slimer with a proton pack on.
Harley wants to know.
I do have tattoos. My first one, is it this ear? Let me see if you guys can see it. Is it here?
I think that's the first time Joe ever got on his chair during the podcast.
Which side of the... No, because I have one behind my ear, but now I've had it since I was like 18. So I don't remember which side it's on. Is it this side?
I think it's that one.
Is it on this side? Or is it this side? It's a music note. And I can't believe I'm like saying, which side is the tattoo on? Is it this side?
She's saying yes.
Okay. Well, so there's one there. I don't remember which side I got it on because I can't see it. So, and also my wedding ring. Me and Kay got. Where's my camera? Me and him got our.
Yeah, I saw that.
Which is a Let me see if hopefully I get it right. It's a kafai leaf. When we got it, it's because this leaf, as far and like I don't want to like say anything if it's not true. It's in the Hawaiian tradition that the kafai leaf wraps around the tree and holds on and never lets go of the tree until it dies. So that's why we got this kafai leaf into a wedding. My
pup.
I'm sorry, my puppy.
He's got a new follower.
Oh, that's awesome! But yes,
yeah, so look up to see Ric Flair. You made me laugh that you just posted in your story you're going live with us, and then I posted that as soon as we go live. I always make a video of the screen on Instagram, and I looked at the phone. I saw two. I said, "What the? Oh, Harley did like Samantha did like I did." Yes,
perfect timing. Yeah, I was like, I have to get something in here, so
it's so hard to do that because I always try to post a picture of the wrestler we're going live with. I'll say tag their name. The new thing I do, it saves time. I'll just make a video of the screen
of the countdown,
and I'll like the time clock thing on the screen.
I thought it looked good. That's why I took a picture real quick.
Isn't our intro thing kind of like different than most people's?
It's different, yeah. I also haven't done a podcast though in a while. That's why I was gonna say this is my first podcast in well over a year. It's my first podcast back actually. So there you guys go. You guys are my first podcast back since being pregnant.
That's awesome.
Do you collect anything?
Do I collect? I collect a lot of Pokemon stuff. I love Pokemon since
Geek is your best friend now.
I actually have the badges, so I have the badges from the different regions, stored away. So I have all the badges from the different gym leaders, just kind of hanging out. I think I have old Pokemon cards. If you had seen Kiko for my was our wedding anniversary, he actually got us a personalized Pokemon card of just the both of us in there. So I've always been just a huge Pokemon fan. So that's, if I was to collect anything, it's that or just Harry Potter stuff, but Pokemon first.
So thank you for following us. Who was it?
This guy, right? Miss Warner.
Miss Warner, thanks for the follow. Big time. Thanks for the follow.
Thank you.
And Sammy gave us magic today. Some more followers.
Harry Potter magic. There you go.
I don't know why I just did the wavy incredible.
Speaking of, I was gonna say, why isn't there is there a Pokemon park? Because you have Disney, you have Universal, and in Universal there's a whole Harry Potter world. I'm like, Pokemon's huge. Is there not a Pokemon park yet?
Probably in Japan.
Probably Japan.
I would think so. Probably Japan, which I'm like, maybe.
Oh, look at that! We got another one. Thanks. Yeah. You gotta keep showing the magic. There you go.
There we go. Talk about Pokemon.
Probably somewhere in Japan they have to have one.
I know they have a Mario Land or a Nintendo World.
Don't they have a Hello Kitty World in Japan too?
They have a Hello. They have a Hello Kitty cafe. And
they have a Pokemon cafe too, I think, out there too.
They have a store also, because I was supposed to go to Halloween Horror Night this year, but pandemic kind of killed my fun.
Yeah, they have a Nintendo World in Japan. And Universal.
They were supposed to open one again.
Orlando's supposed to get Nintendo World also as well. So
man, that'd be cool. Because I mean, obviously we got Universal passes here, so we can go whenever we want. So if they get that, that'd be fantastic.
It's like you get to drive Mario Kart.
I mean, who doesn't want that? That's a game we played a lot during the pandemic. We just played the Mario games on the Nintendo Switch because it streams to the TV. So yeah, with our promos, if you've seen them in the past, you can go all script and go into your character, or you can just read our script. It's just pretty much saying, "Hi, my name is promotion I represent, the state I'm from, and you're watching Dude the Ringside Podcast, hosted by Metal Geek and Joe Panther the Third." But at the end, I usually have the guests always say enjoy, but I put a // If you're a heel, you say,
do whatever you want. I don't care.
So,
Like, and it so makes me mad. Every guest we give the promo to, none of them are heels, and they don't go to the heel route. I'm like, come on, I want one heel to go. Ugh.
I'll try to
Whatever
think,
you
see if
want.
I can have anyone send your guys' way. Because being from the Pennsylvania area, a lot of my friends are mainly New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania people, so I'm sure I can find someone who would love to do that for you.
And if they can't come on the podcast, yeah, I say if they can't come on the podcast, we're booked technically till 2022.
That's solid. That's fantastic. That's a great statistic to have. You're booked until 2020.
I just want to just get promos from people so we can get their name out there, because as you know, we interview wrestlers all over the world, and people from as far as Scotland see our promos on Facebook, on Twitch. Geek, I don't know if Geek posts them on Twitter, and
mostly the show is on Twitter. So
yeah, right now the show's showing on Twitter. So and no one really messages on Twitter.
I mean, that's probably fine. I'm not a Twitter person. I've always I don't know about anyone else's Twitter, but when you go on Twitter, it just feels like it's the most negative place you can go to. Like, you can post anything, and as soon as you go in the comments, it's just negativity. Twitter is a rough place to be right now.
All right,
that's why I stick to my Instagram.
Sammy, if you have to go, you understand it's kind of late, you know?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I was gonna privately message you guys. I have just a couple more minutes then.
All right. So
you gotta go. We totally understand, and we would love to have you back this time with your husband. Text him. Dudes at Ring says, good luck in your match. Bring home a win, big guy.
I know, that's why I'm waiting. I have my phone next to me because I know he was supposed to go on as I'm starting this, so I always kind of have my phone over here to make sure I get the I'm okay message.
Oh. Gotta keep them safe. You're both in the business. You have to make sure one's good, the other one's doing good.
Hopefully you could come back, and hopefully you could come back to the ring soon. You know?
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for having me on. This was actually very, very fun. I really enjoyed myself. This was a great comeback into podcasts.
Yeah, it's everything you
want. We'll off to the other podcast family we have. We'll tell everybody about you.
We have a huge podcast family. We know.
It's like a frat house. We're always having people come in and out of the doors.
Just a podcast gang.
Yeah, gang.
Yeah, dudes at podcast gang, exactly.
But we have fun. We talk about everything. Food, no, not family stuff, but food. Road trips, the good stuff, pets.
Yeah.
We can come on and talk about food, and that's fine.
Before you go,
great pictures of food.
Is there anything you want to promote that people could find you?
So they could find me on the Sammy Pandora on Instagram. As I said, I don't post much on Twitter, so I don't promote it too much. I'm very big on Instagram. I love pictures, so that's where I'm at most of the time. I do have a TikTok, which is also Sammy Pandora, that I'm getting into slowly, guys. I would say, bear with me. I'm trying to figure out the TikTok world. I feel old saying that, but I'm doing my best.
Don't feel bad, because we have a Dudes at Ringside TikTok. Joe's more active on it than I am, so I'm like, why not? Everybody's getting into it.
It used to be just my thing.
Fine, I guess.
It was funny. It was used to be mine, Sammy, but I started the podcast. I'm like, I need to change the name to Dudes at Ringside. I changed the picture. It used to be Ghost Head Talk, my Ghostbuster stuff, but I'm like, can we make it a Dudes at Ringside? And I just started posting all the promos on there.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, it might take off. You never know.
You never know.
You never know. I mean, TikTok's been around for a little bit now, I guess, but it still might.
Yeah, I posted one on there that I made that you have to watch. It's me at my job, Key Food, with my boss. It has 5,000 views on it.
Which is a lot of views.
Yeah.
I know, because when we're posting stuff, I'm like, yeah, I can't wait to see all these views, and you get maybe a couple hundred.
Yeah, that's all I get on the one for Dudes at Ringside, 100. But I'm like, how does this one get 5,000? Because I tagged Key Food, Joe's Tea, a whole bunch, Shop Local. All right, we don't want to hold you up, Sammy. So thank you for coming in.
That little one. Make sure she's going down for bed.
Thank you very much, and we'll see you. I guess if you're available for the 100th episode.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So you guys could always message me the details about how you guys plan on doing that. We could see what we can arrange.
Yeah.
Maybe me and him can do something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we figured it's gonna be like one big party. So like somebody's gonna talk for a little bit, and they could stay in the room, whatever, you know.
Love a
And
party.
yeah, it's
Haven't been to
basically
a
like a
party in
party.
years, but let's do this.
Party for the dudes.
It's
Yeah,
a
exactly.
party. That's fine.
All
Well,
right,
have a good night.
All right.
take
Thanks,
care.
guys, so much.
Take care. What a
That was
great
fun.
interview. That was a
And thanks
better
again,
interview.
Harley. Thanks again for coming into the chat, friend. You're always part of the Dudes That family.
That was an awesome interview. So
Oh, she was so much fun. And hey, Geek, she brought back Harley. She brought back a super fan. Well, now let's break down the AEW show that's coming up this week. Next week.
Do I have the card? It's next week. It's on Wednesday. Actually.
Next week on Wednesday. If you had it, what happened, Geek? Now Geek broke it. There we go.
There we go. So we got. What do you want to start with? You want to start with the main show, or you want to start with Rampage?
Let's start with Rampage.
Rampage. You got, because they're both big shows. If you look at the card, dude, you got Jungle Boy, a Luchasaurus, and Christian. This is the main event against the Super Click. Who do you got, Joe?
I got what's it called? Oh my god, Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus and Christian. I have them for the win.
I have the Super Click for the win. This is the first match back since a while. They haven't tagged together, and since what, 3, 4, 5 years has it been? So I'm going for the Super Click on this one, and they're going to be over. So
I don't know. I like Luchasaurus, and I like Jungle Boy. The theme song is just that cool theme song. You can't go wrong. No, copyright. No. The flags are gonna start popping up and you're in. No.
But if Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, and Christian do win, I expect Jungle Boy to pin Adam Cole. I'm calling this right now.
You think so?
What do you think to set up a match?
As I said, I do want to see Jungle Boy win, but they may not give it to them so soon. They may wait a little longer to give them a legitimate shot at like giving them higher ranks in the roster. But I seriously want to see them give a chance to Jungle Boy because he's a good wrestler and he's an up and comer, and the fans really like them.
Dude, they absolutely.
That theme song goes on, the crowd starts clapping. What's up, Geek?
No, yeah, they absolutely love Jungle Boy.
The crowd starts singing the song. Like, do you ever hear it in wrestling that the crowd will start singing and clapping?
At Double or Nothing, they wanted Jungle Boy to beat Christian, and he threw him over the top rope, and I couldn't believe it. You know?
Yeah.
So I'm caught either that or there's two things. I could see Christian Cage turn heel on Jungle Boy.
Really?
Do you see that happening, or is it too soon?
Not on Jungle Boy. The crowd would be a little pissed if he turns heel on him.
Because everybody loves Jungle Boy.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of AEW, and I like Jungle Boy.
Jungle Boy is the future right there, you know. But
his character really fits him because that big fuzzy curly hair, that outfit he wears, it's like it's perfect.
All right, but you said Jurassic Express. I said Super Click. So we're gonna go on to CM Punk versus Powerhouse Hobbs. Now remember, this is CM Punk's first match in 7 years on TV.
I got Punk.
Punk, yeah. Punk's definitely won this one.
They can't make Punk lose this match.
No, there's no way. I mean, some people have been messaging me saying, no, Punk's going to put Hobbs over. You watch. He's going to put Hobbs over. And I'm like, I really don't know, dude. I really think, I mean, it's a tough decision, but I'm going to go Punk on this one. You can't bet against him. So who you got? You got Punk or?
Yeah, I got Punk.
And then you got FTR No, wait. That's for the other show. You got Chris Jericho and the big guy, again, Scorpio Sky, and you have Etho Page.
I got Jericho because he's been on a winning streak lately.
Jericho definitely on this one. And I'm pretty sure they're going to add a couple more matches. I'm pretty sure. But we'll go over those another time.
Yeah.
And you got MJF versus Brian Pillman.
I want to go for Brian Pillman. Brian Pillman Jr. Come on. Legacy, baby.
It's the legacy right there, right? Legacy.
Yeah, I did the glasses. You know what that means.
The second generation superstar, right?
Gotta go for the old school name, Pillman, baby. Gotta go for the Pillman.
But will MJF really lose in his hometown?
You remember how Vince used to do to every wrestler that would come back to New York or Long Island?
Come on. MJF is a superstar, but I see what you're saying, Joe. I really, really, really see.
Lately, you never get over in New York. Only person ever got over in New York, and I can't really say he did, was Zack Ryder when he won the tag team titles, and then when he won the IC title. No, when he won the tag team titles, but then he got screwed in New York when he got his nuts smashed in by Eve. What's her name? Smashed his nuts in.
To be honest, I think if they really want to put people over, but you could give MJF that really bad heel heat right there.
Yeah.
Right, and have him over, but MJF really doesn't need it.
He's already over.
So he really doesn't need it. You could
really need it because he's still
up and coming.
Yeah, he's still up and coming.
MJF. I mean, if you lost to Brian Pillman Jr., it wouldn't hurt MJF at all. But but
wouldn't break his stride. He would still make him go up.
This could go still two ways though. This could definitely go because think about it this way: MJF gets the heel heat by cheating.
Yep.
It could always go that way. So, but I'm gonna go right now. The safe bet would be MJF for me. What are you saying, Joe?
Yeah, I know what you're saying about MJF, but I'm still saying that Brian Pillman Jr. is gonna win.
All right.
He's gonna win.
Yeah. And then we have your boy Darby Allin and Sting against FTR.
For the tag team titles?
No, there's no tag titles.
Then they kiss. I'm gonna get so much heat for that. Don't say my phrase, it's stealing my storyline.
I don't see Sting and Darby losing this match.
I don't want them to lose, but I have a funny feeling that they're gonna lose, and this is gonna lead up to a storyline that Sting turns heel on him. Because he keeps losing. Sting comes in, looks at him, goes, like it's starting to weigh on Sting that he keeps losing.
I don't see Sting as a heel though.
I don't know. I could see him maybe turning heel, and then they face each other. Then Sting goes away.
I don't see Sting turning heel, but he could face Darby.
Yeah,
it could be a face versus face match that people want to see. But
maybe because remember he's like the new Sting.
Yeah.
How horrible to say it because Sting's such a big star.
Is a legend, right?
Yeah, he's such a big legend. He could be like the next Sting with the makeup stuff. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah. And I think FTR is going to put Sting and Darby over because they have so much respect for Sting.
Yeah.
I think that they just don't care because they're in a match with a legend right there. And what does FTR always go out there and try to prove? That they want to emulate all the legends because they have so much respect for the Steiner brothers, the Bulldogs, all the Harts. They always imitate their moves. So I could see FTR just saying, you know what, let Sting win this one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna say Sting and Darby's win this one.
Yeah. And
then what do you got, Joe?
I said I want to see Sting and this guy flourish, Darby flourish, but I seriously, FTR maybe they're going to take the win by cheating, and Sting's going to get tired of losing, and he's going to give him the Stinger Splash and walk off on him.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
And one of the big matches right now, you got Malachi Black versus Cody Rhodes.
Ooh, that's a tough one because I like Cody, but I like Malachi. So I got Malachi for the win. Spinning kick to the skull, knockout, cold.
Oh, I sense this too to you. I did this to you earlier on the phone, but do you sense like a certain somebody, a William Rotunda, showing up?
Maybe he comes on the set and distracts him, and that's how Cody gets the win. Lights come out, and he's on the set.
No, I see him joining Malachi Black in a stable.
Or start of a stable.
Start of a stable, so. Or do they save that for Rochester, and do they save that for towards the end, like October 29th show?
That could happen too.
Because it gets close to Halloween to have Malachi and William Rotunda, right?
Yeah.
But I still think everyone's calling for Cody to win this one. I mean, I don't want to see Cody win. I really I don't think Cody needs it, to be honest with you. So I'm going to go Malachi on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the match that I'm going to be so mad if she loses. Ruby Riott. Oh, sorry. Whoa, copyright right there. Ruby Soho versus the Doctor, Britt Baker.
As I said that one time on the phone with you, I want to see Ruby Soho win, but if they really want to make the Doctor their first ever longest reigning champion, they better keep it on the Doctor. So they want to make this girl like their Charlotte version of Charlotte Flair.
She's the face of the women's division.
If she's the face if she's the bitch, what do they call her? The bitch, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That is bitch on the block.
Uh-huh.
They have to prove it. Maybe try to keep her with the belt the longest time.
A little bit long.
Seem like she's a fluke, a run by over the night of success. Okay, she had the belt for a little bit. Let's take the belt off her and give it to Soho. Let's prove that she really is the baddest bitch on the block. Let's see how long she could have the belt. Exactly. Soho loses. Doctor retains.
I think she hits the lockjaw and it's over, and she taps.
Yeah.
I'm sensing that right there. So, but the Doctor is going to retain because she's DMD, Joe. But and the main event, which is the dream match everybody wants to see, Kenny Omega versus Bryan Danielson.
Oh, sorry, I'm middle of a yawn. What did you say?
Kenny Omega versus Bryan.
I heard you. Just is it for the belt?
No, it's not for the belt. It's not title.
Wow. That's on the main show?
That's on the main show, yeah.
Wow. That's the one that's in New York?
Yeah.
There's no title on the line?
They got the women's title.
What?
But they're giving you a dream match, Joe.
I know it's a dream match, but no belt on the line in New York? They spent all this money on this show, and there is no main title on the line? Come on. This is how you want to make the fans remember your show forever? So they're old and telling their grandson, I went to the first AEW show in New York City. But there was no main title on the line? How are you trying to impress me with that? Yeah, I don't see.
I mean, half the card's not announced yet. There's still more matches that could be announced.
I know. I'm just saying. Just like it's a good roster and it's a good lineup for the card, but there's no main title on the line except the women's title.
Mm-hmm. The women's title is the only one. And
yeah, the tag team titles are not even on the line.
That match is probably going to get a lot of time. The women's title matches.
That's going to be a long match. That's not going to be like a flyover night match. That has to be a long match.
Yeah.
So anything else, Geek, you want to announce before?
You didn't say who was going to win, though.
Oh, Daniel. I hope wrong name. Danielson for the win.
saying Danielson to get a title shot at Kenny Omega, right?
Yeah. And that's when he challenges him for the title for the next show.
The pay-per-view, right? Definitely. So, and anything I want to say? Yeah, our friends and family in Louisiana is struggling. Please help them support by donating to the Red Cross. Very important. Whatever you have, candles, batteries, flashlights, whatever. Remember these people that had no power and no electricity. So please donate.
I think they still don't have power.
I gotta go check, but I think they still don't have power either. But it's very important. Donate to the Red Cross. Help these guys out over in Louisiana. So,
well, when we do the sign off, Geeky,
yeah, go ahead.
We will be back Sunday to close out British Wrestler Week with the one, the only, the multiple different things she does. Her, you know her, you love her from CPW from London, England. See you on Sunday at 2 p.m. We'll start the show at 1. You want to start the show earlier, Geek, or we're going to start the show at 2?
Shorty.
We'll be here representing, hanging out with Shorty. Peace out, everybody.